Playboi Carti's music. Shit. It's an album I've been personally waiting for a very, very long time. If you're a Carti fan, you know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. I've already talked about Whole Lotta Red and the hate and the overall love the album received throughout its 4.5 years lifespan. I'm not saying it's dead. I'm saying people aren't still listening to it. I think Whole Lotta Red was a generational album that a lot of people use as like a blueprint. For example, Rest in Bass by Shay. That's a very big example of people who use that as a template for their sound. So let's get straight to the point. Does music live up to the hype that Carti wants it to? I've been listening to this album quite a lot since March. Gave myself some time to really reflect on how I feel about the project in a whole. Shit, I even have it on CD. But there are some things that could have been better in my eyes. Things that could have been chosen better, I would say. Being Carti's fourth studio album in his career, there's a lot to talk about regarding that. Self-Titled and Die Lit are pretty much held to cult classics in Carti's fan base. Die Lit being a majority of people's favorite, and Die Lit also being the best in most eyes. I will always have a soft spot for Self-Titled. I found Carti a long time ago, but Woke Up Like This was also a generational song on that tape. So does music top any of these previous albums? So for a very long 5-year wait for this album, he delivered 30 songs, which I told my friends at work that be grateful we got 30. This is the only 30 we're getting for the next decade. With multiple features including Uzi, Future, Kendrick, which was a huge label plant. This beef wasn't going on, and somehow it's still going on. Kendrick would not be on this album. He just does not fucking fit. And a lot of these songs deliver and fall short as well. My favorites include Like Wheezy, Olympian, Toxic, and Trim. These songs alone hit the spot just right. I think those songs are what make this album great. I feel like that's real, like, trap music from him. And I really mess with that. I like that direction that he's going in, where he's starting to, like, it's not the greatest that he's becoming more mainstream and, like, not experimenting as much. But I do like when Carti becomes when he found something, you know what I'm saying? Like something that he likes to do and like the flow that he's comfortable with. Others like Mojo Jojo, which was single-handedly ruined by Kendrick. I have the unreleased version, which has 0 Kendrick features or bars, and I think that song is great without the addition of Kendrick. See You Baby Boy, which was a generational snippet. I remember being so excited for this fucking song. But it fell short for me. The whole song just didn't hit like the snippet did, unfortunately. Good Credit is a song I like, but it's getting skipped when Kendrick starts. I feel like this is another song which he doesn't entirely fit, but he does do a good enough job for, like, some days I'll actually play the whole song. And overall, these songs I just don't listen to anymore or skip when the playlist shuffles them in. Okay, let's talk about the production. Production comes from Metro, Kanye, and I forgot the rest, I'm going to be honest with you. Production's pretty good, I would say. Pretty good beats. Olympian being a really good beat. Toxic being a very, very good beat. Not See Baby Boy. Backdoor. Holy shit. I was so hyped for this song as well. Backdoor's production was done by Ye, and he did such a good job on the beat and the sample. I think that song, I forgot to mention, that song is also one of my favorites. I love that song. Kendrick. That's the third Kendrick feature in this album, but he does really good. I really like that. And then there was another person on there, I believe. She also did really good. That song was pretty good. But yeah, overall the production's pretty fire. I would say it's not close to Whole Lotta Red, but it's it's up there. It's up there for sure. And he just completely did not work with Pierre. I wanted to add that in before I move on to something else. Recently there has been coverage on a DM with Pierre and some guy. And Pierre said that he's been trying to reach out to Carti and trying to work with Carti for a very long time. and Carti has not responded, I don't know why they have fallen off. I'm sure there's another great video on YouTube that explains what happened with that. But yeah, it's crazy because Pierre has been involved in Carti's career so much that it was just crazy that this was the first album that Pierre wasn't involved at all. I understand that Carti's moving to a new direction, and he's trying to solidify a sound that more mainstream enjoyers like. Something like what Travis is doing, but Travis is doing it very wrong. He's trying to appeal to a younger generation instead of just being like Travis. I feel like that's what made Travis special, was him being him. But yeah, Carti is moving into a different direction. I just don't think, my personal take on it is, I don't think that Pierre fits in there, sadly, as much as that sucks to say, in my opinion. But yeah, they had like a straight up generational run, and I don't think that'll ever be top with him with another producer. Okay, let's actually stop rambling here. I think Music is a very good album. I think I gave it a 9.5 back in March when it first came out. I'm going to have to move it down to 8. I haven't done any reviews on any of the other albums that in Carti's discography. So Self-Titled, obviously a 9. Dilate, also a 9. Whole Lotta Red, I would say a very high 8. And then Music, an 8. The Deluxe was great too. I like the addition of all the songs, pretty much all the songs he did when he was doing that rollout in like 2023, or late 2023 and early like 2024. I think, I think he pretty much dropped all of the songs essentially. Besides Playlist, if that song is still called Playlist, from what I remember in November, it was called Playlist when he dropped it. But yeah, other than that, I think Music is pretty good song, pretty good album. Sadly, the Uzi feature didn't live up to the hype, because I remember Academics posted that Uzi was on there, and then they announced the features. But yeah, sadly, it just didn't deliver. I don't think it was the best they've ever done. Obviously, the best being Woke Up Like This or Shoulda. But yeah, I think this album was definitely worth the wait. I think he delivered on many songs and then fell short on a couple. But I think Carti's really moving into a good direction, in my opinion. Not saying Whole Lotta Red was bad. I do think Whole Lotta Red was an enjoyable album, and I was never a part of the hate train that was there on Christmas morning, that fateful morning. But yeah, that was a good album. I do enjoy this album. Listen to it a lot. And yeah, like and subscribe.